Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to be talking about the support meta for when Brigitte arrives in just a few days. We'll be looking at who's good with Brigitte and who's good against her, as we're sure players will want to know how to best empower her and counter her from the support slot. Let's first talk a little bit about the lady in question. Brigitte is boom or bust, devastating fight victory or nobody getting healed. This is why some people think that triple support will be the way to go with her. However, we're not so convinced. This will open you up harder to the range damage that would already normally counter such a death ball. Pharmacy and Junkrat, and even the combination of those two, would seemingly have free reign to whittle down Brigitte comps. This is all contextual, obviously, and will depend on maps and how the game grows in this new meta, but either way it seems that Brigitte isn't a stable hero, but an explosive one, either for you or against you. In any case, many players will want to play Brigitte in ranked, thus requiring us to think about how that affects the rest of the support metagame. The biggest issues Brigitte has to face is how she is going to get into the fight to get her stun active, and how the rest of her team is going to function if and when her healing output is close to zero. Lucio. The most essential to running Brigitte deathballs, Lucio is almost a must pick with her because of the need to get your brawl near where you want to fight. However, that puts your healing really low. Not as low as Zen Lucio does, but in fact lower if Brigitte can't find her brawl. Some tier 3 pro tournaments have seen her used in a triple support lineup, with either 3 tanks or 1 damage. However, ranked play likely won't have the coordination to pull that kind of comp off. Multi-support lineups often feel flimsy if an individual makes a wrong step. At the tier 1 pro level, Brigitte Lucio may be enough healing just as Zen Lucio is in the current patch, because the play is so extremely disciplined. But in matchmaking, tanks are almost always too heal greedy for that to work. Overall, the state of Lucio is very dependent on what skill tier you're playing in. Quick engages with a Brigitte stun insta-kill wins handily, but also loses handily to any kind of range spam. Against Brigitte, he'll be needed if you're going to mirror, but outside of that, your comp will need to split, so you'll probably need range damage amps like Zen or Mercy instead. Speaking of Mercy, there are better options for a support to facilitate a Brigitte brawl comp, but her ult, mid-fight res and big heals won't be useless. Brigitte comps often will want a powerful healer, which Mercy does satisfy. However, all the other options have better brawling capabilities, making Mercy a better choice for countering Brigitte rather than synergizing with her. Against Brigitte, Mercy will be very strong, especially when pocketing a Junkrat or Widow in a split comp. In fact, we think on paper that 3 DPS split will make a Brigitte comp look fairly useless on a lot of maps. This matchup will be quite the battle to observe as the community tests it over time. Brigitte comps will brawl on the objective far better, but the range damage of split comps may simply frag and outskill the brawl comp and capture the objective afterwards. Time will tell how this pans out. Zenyatta isn't the best brawler and doesn't contribute volume heals to help sustain a Brigitte death ball. He doesn't want to be in the middle of a massive melee fight, he tends to die. In a 2-2-2 with Brigitte, your comp would be very slow and have very low heals, which might turn out to be a very bad time. However, as it turns out, Zen is basically a DPS anyway and has been used, back in the day, in 3-3 comps to be the primary damage dealer. On some pro teams he already is the primary damage dealer. While Zen Brigitte by themselves will be a very poor synergy with almost no healing, Zen as a DPS in a triple support may give enough damage to do the job while also having a powerful ult to deal with incoming wipes. Against Brigitte comps, he could function well with Mercy, as his ranged healing orbs get value even if your team is split against that death ball. Discord is never bad, especially against tanks, but possibly most important of all, Brigitte comps brawl. They don't flank, and when Zen is able to sit out of harm's way to deal his damage, he's incredibly effective. Ana is very interesting. She often excels with Rein, and her Sleep Dart, Anti-Nade and Nano can make a brawl comp very, very scary. If played in a 2-2-2 with Brigitte, you will miss speed, but in matchmaking, you might be able to get away with it if the enemy doesn't engage perfectly, and Ana will be able to keep up your heal-greedy tanks. However, with Moira as an option, you'd probably prefer her to do this job most times until Ana gets some quality of life buffs that make the difficulty of her kit a bit more viable for most players. What's more interesting about Ana is her potential to counter Brigitte comps. Against her, Sleep Dart and Anti-Nade would be good to stop Brigitte's active healing and win entire fights on their own, but she isn't fantastic in a split comp as it's hard for Ana to heal so many smaller, squishier teammates effectively. The good news is that Brigitte comps don't run Winston D.Va, which is the key combo that lowers Ana's applicability. With backline heat off her, Ana's value has a chance to be key yet again, and possibly will be the component that ends the dreams of Brigitte comps entirely. Ana isn't picked much now, but we may soon be reminded of how strong she is when her counters are less present. Moira. Moira and Brigitte can mean that nobody ever dies on your team unless an anti-nade comes through. Like Ana, you will miss speed in a 2-2-2 with Brigitte, but the matchmaking rules still apply. You might be able to play through it because of the heal potential and brawling. If the enemy does engage you with their tanks, they'll quickly realize it was a mistake, with most of their damage being healed while getting bursted by a stun. However, with no Lucio, clever DPS can split around this death ball, especially Pharmacy, and get their damage to hit the backline outside of the brawl range. Lower ranks will find Brigitte and Moira to be an easy route to jump on an objective and win it for free, but at higher ranks with better DPS play, the lack of Lucio will be exploited. Against Brigitte comps, Moira's heals might prolong a fight if you choose to brawl, but probably not win it, as burst damage may come too quickly with a stun anyway. In a split comp, other options that we've mentioned before, particularly Zen and Mercy, would probably be better. And that's about it for today's video, guys. We really hope that you found some of this information useful. Let us know in the comments if you're as excited as we are to start to get to grips with the Brigitte meta. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in great company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.